Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Let's get started seated. So, just finding a nice, comfortable position to sit and putting the hands on your knees and just starting to settle in to your body. So, if like me, you've been on a lot of Zoom or Google Hangouts or different chat rooms and whatnot, maybe closing your eyes, just forgetting about the screen right now and sort of just tuning into your body. And start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Letting whatever already come today just sort of be, and not worrying necessarily about what is to come later, but trying to be as present as possible in your body, in your practice. So continuing to bring awareness to your breath. And bringing your hands together at your heart center. Lifting your sternum up towards your thumbs, having a nice straight spine. So you want alignment of the head, the heart, and the pelvis. And just taking a moment here, holding yourself in gratitude for taking the time to tune in for some self-care. Thanks for joining me. And let's get started on our hands and knees. So take off my socks. Do that yet. So I'm going to come into child's pose. You could come wide-legged, or if you prefer to have your knees close together. I like wide-legged, big toes touching, sitting on my heels, and then bringing my hands forward. If your head doesn't come all the way down to the mat, if you have a pillow or a block, you can gently place that underneath your third eye point. And continue to bring awareness to your breath as you melt into the mat. Allowing your hips to sink down towards the heels. Allowing your armpits to sink down towards the mat. Noticing if there's any tension that you're holding on to. Trying just to see if you can just let go as you breathe. And then gently lifting your head up off of the mat, just a few inches, walking your hands over to the left. So both hands come over to the left, the knees stay where they are, and then dropping the head back down towards the mat. Getting a stretch in the right side body. So if you need more out of this, it doesn't feel like much, you can bring your right hand on top of your left hand to increase the stretch. But only if you feel like you need more. This might feel suffice. Maybe taking a nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And then walking the hands back to center. And then walking them over to the right. So same thing. If you need more, you can take the left hand and place it on top of the right hand. Otherwise, you could just gently lower the head down. Breathing into this left side. And then lifting the head gently, walking the hands back to center. We're going to inhale, come forward. Bring the knees underneath the hips and continue forward, dropping the hips down towards the mat. Keeping the upper body up, taking the gaze slightly up, rolling the shoulders down, and then exhale back to the heels. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of this, moving at your own pace. Inhale forward, exhale back. Noticing any sensations that arise for you, making any movements that make sense. Maybe looking over each shoulder gently as you're forward. And on the exhale, maybe just wiggling a teeny bit, rocking. I'm going to go back one more time. Coming up onto all fours. Tuck the toes under. And we're going to inhale forward again. This time the toes are tucked under. Exhale, we're going to lift the hips, coming into downward dog. You're bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. And then lowering gently down onto the knees again. Sit back on the heels. Slide the hands back towards the body. Inhale the arms all the way up top. Bring the hands together. Take the gaze up. Exhale down to the heart center. One more time. Inhaling up. Sweeping energy up from the earth. Exhaling. Bringing it down into the heart. Release the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Drop the knuckles down towards the earth. Roll the shoulders back. Lifting the heart center gently towards the sky. Maybe taking the gaze up. Exhaling. This is Vincent. Hey, buddy. Coming back onto all fours. Coming into 3 rounds of cat and cow. So on your inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart center. On your exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. Coming back to that neutral spine. Lifting the right leg out behind you, toes point down. Then you could see that the foot is no higher than the hip. Try to distribute your weight equally between both hands. And on your exhale, we're going to bring that leg out to the side and then drop the foot down. The left hand is going to stay planted. The right hand is going to extend towards the sky. Push into the outer edge of the right foot. I'll turn this way so you can see what I'm doing here. And then exhale, reach, hi Nigel, reach down and through. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Inhale up. So leave the arm extended for a moment. Reach up as high as you can. Maybe take your gaze up. Push into the outer edge of the right foot. And then release the hand down to the earth. Use your abdominal muscles, obliques to come up. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky. And exhale, reach the left arm over towards the right. Coming into gate pose. Exhale, we're going to take the left hand down to the earth. Keep the right foot where it is. Take the right arm up and over the ear. So creating a straight line between the right foot and the right arm. Reaching, rolling that shoulder back a bit. Pushing into the edge of that right foot. Maybe the gaze is up, maybe it's down. Release it down. Release both hands back to center. So I'm just going to take my body back and then bring that right foot out behind you on the ball of the right foot and push the heel away from the rest of your body, stretching the calf. Exhale, release the right knee back and then extend the left leg out. Again, toes point down so that the hip is level. You need to wiggle the foot around. On your next inhale, you're going to take that leg out to the side and drop that foot down. This time the right hand stays planted and the left arm extends up towards the sky, pushing into the edge of the left foot. Maybe the left wrist is feeling like it needs some attention. You could always wiggle your joints if you need to. Maybe the gaze is up. And on an exhale, you reach down and through like you're threading the needle. And then inhale up. One more time. And then inhale up. Keep the arm extended. Reaching up. Maybe the gaze comes up. And then exhale, release the left hand down to the outside of the left leg. Use your abdominal muscles to come all the way up. Inhale, take the right arm up. And then exhale, reach the right hand over towards the left, coming into gate pose, opening up the right side body. And then exhale, right hand down. Keep the left foot where it is. Extend the left arm up and then over the ear, creating a straight line between the left arm and leg. Reaching, dialing that shoulder and heart center open. Nice big breaths in and out. Exhale, releasing the hand down, coming back to all fours and just shaking things out. So wiggling the hips side to side, maybe moving the head around in one direction and then the other. Moving, rolling your knees a little bit. Walk the hands out and move the wrists if you need to. And start to make some circles with your body. So this is, hi buddy, really, the pace you move at is really up to you. And pausing, a place where it feels good to pause. Making sure that you stay connected with your breath. This guy gorgeous. And then go in the other direction when you feel ready. Breathing, nice deep breaths. Coming back to that neutral position, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then we're going to inhale the right leg out again, toes point down. And this time take the left hand and extend it, thumb up. So shoulder height, hip height. Your gaze is down at the mat. Your right hand, your fingers should be nice and wide for a nice solid base, and you're pushing into the top of the left foot. On an exhale, release the elbow to the knee, round the back and tuck the chin. Inhale, extend and reach. We'll go 2 more times. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. 1 more time. And then release the left hand down. Release the right knee down. Sit back on the heels. Inhale the arms all the way up top. Exhale down through the heart center. Coming back onto all fours. We'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Extending the left leg out, toes point down. Left fingers are nice and wide. Push into the top of that right foot. Extend the right arm out, thumb up. Gaze is down. And on your exhale, elbow to knee, round and tuck. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, releasing it down. Tuck the toes under again. Walk the hands out a bit. We're going to come into our down dog. So take a nice big inhale. Exhale, keep the knees bent, lifting the hips up towards the sky, dropping the heels down towards the mat. That doesn't mean the heels are going to touch the mat, but we're just dropping them down. Keeping the knees bent as generously as possible, maybe moving your head gently side to side. Inhale, let's take the right leg out behind us, toes pointing down. So our hips are level here. Check in with the left heel, and then open up that hip. So bend that right knee, bring the heel towards the glute. Try to lift it up towards the sky a little higher. Try to keep the weight distribution even. Try to keep the left heel going down towards the mat. You could take a peek through the left armpit and then through the right armpit. Bring it back to three-legged dog, nice and slow. We're moving gently here. And we're going to bring that foot between the hands. Maybe you could do it in one step. Maybe you need to do it in multiple steps. When you get there, drop the left knee down. You could keep the toes tucked under, or you could release the foot. It's really a preference. You want the right knee and the right ankle to be in line with one another. We're going to inhale, take the arms up overhead, palms face one another. Pull the right hip crease back. Squeeze the legs in towards the midline. Low lunge. Gaze can be up or gaze can be out in front. It really depends on your neck and your body. Nice big breath in and out. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Keep the left hand planted. We're going to take the right arm up towards the sky. It's called the easy twist. So the left wrist is underneath the left shoulder. The right arm is extending straight up towards the sky. Exhale, release the right hand down. Coming into a runner's lunge, we're going to walk the hands back. Try to straighten into the front leg. My front leg is not going to straighten because I have tight hamstrings. We're coming up on the heel. You could be on the fingertips. You can have books. You can have blocks here. If you need to bend the knee, bend the knee. Maybe release the head towards the knee. Rolling back onto the right foot. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky again. Exhale, hands together. Bring them down to the heart. We're going to twist to the left. So we're going to take the outside of our left elbow and bring it to the outside of the right knee. So what you want to do is try to lift your sternum towards your thumbs as you're twisting open. Maybe this is enough for you. If you want more, you could tuck the back toes under. And if you want, you could lift the back knee off the ground, lifting the back of the knee up towards the sky as you're twisting to the right. Exhale, take your gaze down towards the mat. Drop the knee, release the hands, step the right foot back. Scoot your bottom back towards your heels, coming into a child's pose for 2 breaths. Noticing what's coming up for you. Your body's starting to feel warmed up. Just notice whatever sensations are arising without judgment if possible. Letting out a nice big exhale, coming back onto all fours, tucking those toes under, taking a nice big inhale. Then exhale, lifting the hips up, downward dog. I'm going to do that sequence on the other side. So making sure that you have a nice wide base with the hands. Your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to inhale, lift the left leg, 3-leg dog. Toes are pointed down. Checking with the right heel. Exhale, we're going to open up that hip. So bend the left knee, bring the left heel towards the right glute. Lift the left knee up towards the sky as much as possible and check in with the right heel. See if you could drop it. Lower. Trying to keep the weight distributed between both hands evenly and the shoulders squared off towards the top of the mat. Maybe your gaze comes through the right shoulder and then through the left. Bringing that foot back to center, 3-legged dog. We're going to bring it up and through between the hands, however you need to get there. And then dropping the right knee down. Always checking your posture. So left knee and left ankle need to be in line. You can release the back foot or keep it tucked under, whatever feels more comfortable for your body. When you're ready, I'm going to inhale, engage the abdominals, squeeze the legs towards the midline, pull the left hip crease back. Push into the top of that right foot if you are using that. Push into the bottom of the left foot. Your hands are about as wide as your shoulders. Your fingers can be wide. You're breathing. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Right hand stays planted. Inhale, we're going to take the left arm up towards the sky. Maybe that left wrist wants to move around. Exhale, release the left hand down. Coming into that runner's lunge, we walk the hands back towards the body. This leg is even worse for me as far as tight hamstrings go. So I keep my knee nice and bent. You see that? And I can really feel the stretch here. If I had blocks right now, I would use them, but they're upstairs. So I'm just doing the best I can. I'm on my fingertips. Maybe dropping my head towards the knee a little bit. It does increase the stretch a bit. And then exhale, rolling forward onto the left foot again. Adjusting yourself and then getting ready. Inhaling those arms up again. Exhale, hands come together. This time we're twisting over to the left. So the right elbow is going to come to the outside of the right knee. I'm lifting my sternum towards my thumbs. That doesn't mean my sternum and my thumbs are going to touch. It just means I'm trying to get them in line with one another as I twist here. Making sure you're breathing. Again, if you wanted more, you could tuck the toes and lift the back knee. If that's too much, we keep the knee lowered. We'll all lower the knee. Release the hands. Bring the left knee back to meet the right, coming back to child's pose. Let's bring the hands back towards the feet. You could grab hold of the feet if you want, or you could just have your hands loose here. Whatever feels right for your body. And taking a moment to connect with your breath. Notice what's happening in your body. Maybe letting out a nice big breath. Maybe gently rocking side to side. And then inhale, coming forward. On an exhale, bringing the hips back up towards the sky, coming into downward dog. And then inhale, you're going to walk your feet to your hands to the top of the mat. I'm just going to turn so I'm facing you. So here, I have my feet about hip width apart, and we're gonna come into a forward fold. I like to bend my knees a lot here. So you want your chest to lay over the tops of your thighs, releasing the head, the neck, letting out a couple of sighs, maybe wiggling a little bit, shaking the head no, shaking the head yes. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up. Turn your palms face out, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Releasing your shoulders away from the ears, closing your eyes. Being in your body. So you should be at the top of your mat. I'm sideways. I'm going to go back to the top of my mat. I'm just going to shake out my legs a little bit. Shake out my arms. Take my shoulders around in some circles. Just sort of like feeling what it feels like to be in the body, standing. And take some hip rolls in one direction and then the other. We're going to open our bodies up to the left. So I'm going to step my left foot back and have my left foot planted at 90 degrees. So it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. I'm going to bend into my right knee so that my right knee and ankle are in line with one another. And I'm pushing my right knee towards my pinky toe. Notice I'm not leaning forward or leaning back, but my body's upright. And I'm going to take my arms out into a T. So warrior two. Really pushing that knee towards the pinky toe, pushing into the back edge of that left foot, and the gaze goes over the right hand. Turn the front palm up. I'm going to reverse this warrior. The left hand is going to come to the back leg, and the right arm is going to reach up and over. If you want more, you could take the left hand and reach it forward towards the top of the mat. Still pushing into the back edge of that back foot. Release the left hand if you're using it. Bring the right arm back down. Turn the right toes the same direction that the left toes are going. Bring the toes in slightly, just very slightly. The heels are slightly out. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, bring the elbows back. Lift the heart center. For an exhale, we're going to fold forward. And if you need to bend the knees here, I do. Bend the knees. We're going to come about halfway and pause. And then inhale back up. Exhale again. Coming down, bending the knees if you need to. This time, pause halfway. Release the hands down to the mat, blocks, books, whatever. Releasing the head, the neck, the shoulders. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Knees bent as much as they need to be. Take a nice big breath in and out. Make as much noise as you need to. Notice where the weight is in the feet. Slowly lift up onto the fingertips, so coming up halfway, and then walk the hands out for a wide-legged downward dog. So push the head back towards the heels, pushing into the heels. The arms are extended out, off the mat. And then gently start to walk the hands back. Slowly roll yourself up. Turn the right toes back out. Bend into that right knee again. Coming into warrior two. One more time. Coming into side angle lunge, you're going to bring the right forearm to the top of the right quad. The left arm can do several things. You could extend it straight up. You could extend it over the ear, creating that straight line. If you have a practice of binding, you could do that. You could reach the right arm down towards the mat. Really pushing into the outer edge of the left foot. The gaze can be down, gaze can be up. I'm going to roll that left shoulder back. Exhale, releasing the arm. Frame the front foot. Come onto the ball of the left foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Coming into a high plank. Push the heels towards the back of the mat. Exhale onto the knees. Release the tops of the feet. Keep the elbows tucked nice and tight. And lower all the way down. Inhale up for cobra. Chin slightly tucked. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees up off the mat or come up onto the knees. If you're coming up onto the knees, we're going to meet in down dog. If you're lifting the knees, you're going to lift up into plank and then come into down dog. You're going to step towards the top of your mat. You can do that in multiple baby steps, or you could just do 1, 2, or if you feel like hopping, you could hop forward. I'm just going to turn this way because we're going to do the other side. You could stay where you're at now. So here we are at the top of the mat. Let's step the right foot back at 90 degrees. Bend into that left knee. So the knee and the ankle are in line. You're pushing that left knee open. You're pushing into the outer edge of that right foot. Now you have your solid base. Once you have that, you could extend the arms out. Your gaze is out over the left fingertips. Nice big breaths in and out. Turn the front palm up. Bring it up and over, reversing the warrior. If you want more, you can take that right arm and reach it forward towards the top of the mat. Release the right hand back. Bring the left hand back, coming back to warrior 2. Release both arms down. Turn the toes in the same direction. I'm going to take the feet, so the feet are wide, but this time we're going to take the feet out a little bit. So heels in, toes out. And then we're going to bring the hands to the waist, and we're going to bend into the knees. So the knees are tracking over the toes, coming into goddess pose or horse stance. If you want, you can lift the arms like a goalpost. Squeezing the knees open, maybe cut down a little bit lower. Inhale all the way up. Fingertips touch. Let's exhale all the way down again. One more time. Inhale back up. Turn the left toes out. Exhale back to warrior 2. Coming at the side angle, bringing the left forearm to the top of the left quad. Again, right arm can extend straight up over the ear, or a bind if you want. Or you could drop the left hand down, rolling the right shoulder open. Exhale, release the right hand. Frame that front foot, which is your left foot. Turn onto the ball of the right foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Coming to high plank. If this feels like too much for you, release down onto the knees. Lift the feet, cross the ankles. Modified plank. 2 more breaths. The gaze is down. Exhale, everybody onto the knees. Release the tops of the feet. Elbows tucked tight. Lower all the way down. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, come back up onto the knees and come into a seat. Okay, so let's take the right leg straight out, toes are pointed back. Bring the left knee in. You want to leave a little bit of space between the inside of the foot and the inside of the right thigh. And just start by bringing both hands to the left shin and straightening the spine. If that feels like enough of a stretch for you, you can just stay here. If you want more, you want to do a twist. You take the right arm, wrap it around the left leg, take the left hand, place it behind the left glute, roll the left shoulder back, all the while the right toes are active. Take your gaze out over the left shoulder. Breathing nice and deep, staying connected with the breath, staying in the body. Exhale, coming back forward. We're going to drop the left knee down like that. We're going to take the left hand underneath the left shoulder. Mostly it's a little bit diagonal from the left shoulder. We're going to come into what's called a baby wild thing. So you're going to come up onto your left knee, lift the right hip up, take the right arm up towards the side and then up over the right ear. Exhale, release it down. Switch it out. Left leg extends. I'll turn this way this time. Right knee is up. A little bit of space between the foot and the leg. Both hands on the shin. Lengthen. And again, you might decide this is good enough right here for me. I like just doing this. It feels good. But if you want to do a little bit of a twist, wrap the left arm around, right hand behind the glute, roll the right shoulder back, left foot is active. Gaze goes over the right shoulder if you're twisting. On your inhales, you lengthen through the crown. On your exhales, you twist a teeny bit further. Breathing. Releasing on your exhale. Letting your right knee come down. So your left foot is basically butted up against your inner left thigh. Right hand comes behind you, sort of under your shoulder. You're going to lift up onto your right knee. Drop your left foot down on the mat. Take your left arm up and over for baby wild thing. Exhale, release the hips back down to the earth. Bring both feet out in front. If you need to remove any flesh just to get your sits bones on the mat. So we're going to do a forward fold if you want. First, I want you to just try this staff pose. So my hands come right underneath the shoulders, my fingers are nice and wide, and I have a nice straight spine. I'm looking forward, my legs are straight, pulling my toes back. For me, this is a pretty good stretch because I have tight hamstrings. So you might want to stay here. That's an option. If you know that you can fold forward with no modifications, like bending of the knees, then you can do that. If you need to modify with knees bent, you could bend the knees here. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, fold forward from the hips. So the arms and the hands come wherever they come. You don't want to use them to pull yourself forward. You want to just rest them. And maybe the head comes down. You bend the knees here as much as you need to. Stay connected with the body, with the breath. Maybe while you're here and you feel like, oh, I can go a little deeper, you can walk the heels out a little bit. Maybe you gently shake your head. No and yes. When you're ready, slowly roll yourself up and come to lie flat on your mat. Taking a drink if you need one. Bring the knees into the chest, wiggling the ankles around, wiggling the toes, gently rocking side to side, massaging the lower back. I like to take my head along with my knees as I roll side to side. It just feels really natural to do that for me. Maybe letting out a nice big sigh. Open the knees really wide and extend the arms. So you're holding onto the knees with your hands. Your arms are completely extended and your knees are wide. So this is a gentle groin stretch. And take a breath here. Then gently bring the knees back. You'll hug the right knee in, holding below the right knee with both hands, extending the left leg long. Pulling the right knee in towards the armpit, maybe moving the right ankle around. Now we're going to guide the right knee over towards the left, using your left hand as a guide. Trying to keep your right shoulder on the mat, extending the right arm out in a T right from your shoulder. So coming into a spinal twist, the gaze can be up or could be over towards the right. If you need to bend the left knee for something for your right leg to land on, you can do that. The thing with yoga is there are these postures and they're all different ways to modify. You have to find what works for your body. Gently coming back to center, bringing both knees in, making some circles perhaps, or rocking back and forth if that feels better. If you're making circles, go in the opposite direction. And we're going to take the left knee, hold to the left knee, and extend the right leg out. Pulling the left knee in towards the armpit. I was pulling it over to the side here. Maybe that left ankle wants to have a little movement. I like to honor what my body needs, is asking me. And then we're going to guide the left knee with the right hand over, and the left arm is going to extend out. And again, if you need to bend the right knee, a little bit of support. Trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat. The gaze can be up or over to the left. My neck prefers it to look up. Maybe let out a nice big sigh. Gently coming back to center, extending the legs out long, extending arms up overhead, reaching toes away from fingers, wiggling the toes and the fingers. Big breath in, big breath out. Slide the arms as if you were making like a snow angel. Palms face up. Let the feet just fall out to the side and find a comfortable final relaxation pose. So if traditional Shavasana doesn't work for you, you can come into bringing your soles of your feet together, coming into a bound angle. If that doesn't work, your knees want you to be up, you can do that. You want to lay on your belly, whatever you want to do. If there's any movement that you feel like you need to make before we all just kind of settle for the next few seconds, I invite you to do that. listening to your body, taking care of your needs. I'm going to extend my legs out long, let my feet flop out to the sides. Allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm. Allowing your body to just melt into the mat. Gently bringing movement back. If you want a longer Shavasana, I invite you to stay as long as you want to. I'm just going to bring myself back to a seat slowly, mindfully. You can roll over onto one side, resting, using your bicep as a pillow, just completely just melting. Let out a big breath. Use your right hand to push yourself back up, coming back to a seat. If you want to stay in Shavasana, stay there, but I'm going to end this video in a moment. Thank you so much for participating, for joining, for taking care of yourself. We're all working really hard right now with all these new circumstances. So bringing your hands together at your heart center, bowing your head towards your hands, taking a moment. What do you feel grateful for right now? It could be anything that you feel grateful for. You could whisper it, you could just say it in your head, you could yell it out if you want to. Gently lifting the head, the chin, bringing the thumbs up to the third eye. May you be filled with love, may you be filled with peace, may you be filled with light. Namaste. Whew, thank you so much again. See you next time.